The One Night Standards are an instrumental surf rock band from the Quad Cities. With Scott Hout on guitar, Chicken Boy on bass, Dave Hughes on drums. Scott Hout.
One Night Standards, traditionally, the way we write has always been somebody comes up with a riff, or I come up with a riff primarily, I guess, and we'll jam on it at practice for a while, and then eventually something kind of comes out of it, or nothing comes out of it, as most bands would absolutely know that. And if you can remember it the next week, or the next time you practice, then hopefully it's still memorable enough to play and continue to keep writing and whatever. So most of that stuff kind of falls together. Either I'll put something together at home, a little bit of something, and we'll put it together as a band. The instrumentals kind of came, when I was little, I used to listen to the oldies station all the time, and hanging out with my grandpa and grandma, who's been a huge part of my life. So I grew up listening to the Ventures and Link Ray and all that stuff, all that doo-wop, Motown, all that stuff. I love all that stuff. Anything 50s, 60s, and mostly 70s too, especially like 70s Motown is just huge to me. So melody's been a big part of my life. I probably, when I was a teenager, my first band was some original instrumentals and some instrumental covers. So it was kind of a weird thing. There's a band called the Dead Milkmen that we all loved, and they have a couple of really cool instrumental tunes, one of which being Surfin' Cow. We'd play like that song and a couple others. But so the instrumental stuff has kind of always been a part of my life and what I've loved. Just after that band got done, I started actually playing surf music, as opposed to this weird metalish, surfish, instrumentalish, weird stuff that we were doing in that band. So it kind of became what I started writing the first couple One Night Standard songs. The song Sunset is the title track of our second full-length record, and that song is, in my opinion, the favorite thing I ever wrote, the thing that makes me feel the most. And the entire time we were working on that record, I was solely focused on that song, and I didn't really care about the rest of the tracks. I like them and everything, and I still like a lot of those tunes, or all those tunes, but that song is the song. And I remember I was in my bedroom, and I was kind of noodling around with melodies and chords and stuff, and that was actually, I think, the first song that I knowingly wrote with an augmented chord, which is kind of strange for me, because I'm usually a 4/4 kind of basic plug 'em and go kind of deal. But so that had some interesting melody stuff, and right around that time, I had just started dating my soon-to-be wife in just a month or so, and I had a lot of feelings kind of coming out, a lot of romantic or happy or whatever feelings. So all that was kind of tied up into that tune. And that tune, for some reason, just makes me feel a particular way, and I just really, 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 really enjoy the way that song came out. The recording process on it, I thought, was really neat. We recorded at Skylark Studios over on Locust Street with Mike Gentry before he went to Daytrotter, and Justin Farley. We did some very interesting things, like with the rhythm guitars on that, which most One Night Standard songs don't have rhythm backing track type thing. But there's acoustic guitars in it. There is weird electric guitars, weird electric guitar amps, just different methods we used to record. I had the cover art kind of picked out way before I ever wrote any songs for that record, as a picture of my grandma in 1947 and sitting on the hood of my grandpa's car at the time before they were married. That picture also kind of just feels like that to me. So when I wrote that song, and that's when I had that picture already kind of picked out for the next record cover, that all kind of came together in the same kind of feeling to me.
This is the One Night Standards, Sunset.